thought that, oh, because Rama Brahman wife, he was very much suffering, and so she actually wanted to get rid of the power. So she was pushing Rama to go to Krishna so that he can have many children. He can get rid of all the power. So it is uh, told in a way that as if Rama's wife was very much suffering because of her own not getting her basic needs fulfilled. It was not motivated with the desire to get facilities and more things for millions. That was not her main motive was coming when she had the pushing to down to go to and ask. It was actually based on her seva, service to start. Who the devotee of the Lord. And that is completely alright. So for the sake of devotees, one can uh, look for some kind of acceptance. Completely alright. Nothing wrong with that. So that is born out of seva, service attitude. But still she was coming with fear because she knew that Rama will not want to go to ask something for him or for his family. So that was she was aware because Rama is naturally the devotee, so why should he to leave his place? So she knew that. That's why she was a bit hesitant also. So she had a seva bhav because of that she approached. At the same time, she knew that it would be difficult to convince him because Rama actually humble, satisfied in his own situation. So why should he go for asking something material from Krishna? So according to the Swami, the sage lady was especially unhappy because she could not obtain food to feed her. But she was not happy because she was not able to feed her. That was the main reason. Further, she was fearful to approach her husband because she knew that he did not want to beg for anything other than devotion to us. So this is the side of the devotee. Devotee only wants to have devotion to Indians. So naturally, Rama will not feel happy about just going to Krishna for some material benefit. Next verse. Manu Brahmana Bhagavata Visvata Shriya Padiji Brahmana Shriya Bhagavan Sarvata Shivaha. Rama's wife said, "Oh Brahma, is not it true that the husband of the goddess of fortune is a personal friend of your reputed self? The greatest of Yadava, the Supreme Lord Krishna, is compassionate to Brahmanas and very willing to grant them his shelter." So she is describing the wonderful qualities of Lord Krishna and also very beautifully purport Krishna Thakur also explains what the possible answer Rama may give to refuse to accept this proposal of bringing Krishna for some other man. So that's very beautiful. So he says, Vishwanath Thakur explains in his commentary how the Brahmana's wife anticipated every possible objection the husband might make to her request that he go to Lord Krishna to get clarity. The Brahmana might say, how could the husband of the goddess of fortune defend a fallen soul like myself? So, so that, yeah, so, Brahman might think that, oh, he is the husband of goddess of fortune. So how can he can defend how can the husband of goddess of fortune defend a fallen soul like myself? So then the wife says, no. But you are not some ordinary fallen soul like that. You are actually human. So, and Krishna is very much favorite disposable Brahman. No Brahman Devan, no Brahman is that. It is that. So that's how we have that concept. You are not some ordinary Brahman. You know that. You are a Brahman. Krishna is very favorite disposable Brahman. And then he says, okay, I may be a Brahman, but actually I have no real use. Brahman says, out of humility. So these are another quality of a devotee. That a devotee who actually makes advancement gives them more humble. If you actually I don't have it. Like Satan also will say that actually I don't have any love for you. Because if I have any love, then I'm not able to maintain myself. In fact, I'm maintaining my life, that means I have no love. So this is how a devotee actually. But when we are beginners, we are new mindset, then we think that I am the best. Other devotees, they may not know again. But actually, I am speaking it. We may not speak it because we have that local accent. We may not able to speak that. But somehow in the heart of our hearts, we may maintain that feeling. But as we make progress in Samaji, then actually the whole consciousness shifts. The whole attitude becomes of service. That I'm actually there just a servant of the living. So there is no competition of wanting to be better than others. The devotee actually uses that what is it? Phase of it. I mean, he does not enter in that zone of where all this stuff. So he gives us an idea itself. He is not having any this kind of idea only that I have to be better than others. But in materialistic life, that is the only idea. How can I be better? Better in terms of like that is Mr. Mutan was saying, which place, I don't know which place where there so many big entrepreneurs have come. In that, so if you ask them, what is your goal? What next? Something like that.
Yeah, the most junior executive who was left alone with all kinds of smoke and felt that after much of took his card up from the bottom of the pile.
Yeah. So, this is all really, people in this world we can handle. So there is a motive to live. Because yes, I'll become better than others. So devotional service, actually, as we come to when we come more closer to the real devotion, this idea is good. We are no one's competitor. We are not here to prove that I'm better than anybody. I'm not here to become better than anyone. I'm simply here to become better. One thing we can become is better servant of peace. That way I always remain subordinate to all the devotees. That is the part. And a devotee generally feels that he doesn't have fear. He all the humility. The nature of bhakti. As the real devotion is there in the heart of anyone, and actually he feels that I don't. Is the nature of bhakti. Quite intense. So that's how a devotee generally he feels that other devotees are better. They have they have they are familiar better. So that's why you can see Rama is saying that I have no real devotion for the Lord. He replies by saying that, oh, you may say that, you may have no real devotion, then further on. She replies by saying that he is a great and wise person who shows you obtain the shelter and mercy of the Lord. Yeah. So actually she says another word, Bhagavata. Bhagavat. He says, no, actually you are a great one. You are exalted one. You are personal friend of Krishna. You are exalted one. You are not just honorary one. So, it's a great and wise person who shows you obtain the shelter and mercy of God. That's what he says. It's Bhagavata. Hmm. Yeah. Then she says, if the Brahman had object of Krishna is equally disposed, then he says, then the Brahman will say, no, but Krishna is equally disposed to everyone. And she says that you are important. Krishna is equally disposed to everyone. After seeing on this condition, so your own level. So Krishna is equally disposed to everyone. And he says that. And thus, even if he himself did not grant Ram, he must study the devotees engaged in serving the Lord and okay, then she says okay, there will be, I mean, Rama says that there's only living beings and Krishna may be but then she says, no, actually Krishna is Sharanyashta. And also she says that, Sharanyashta. That means those who have taken shelter, so Krishna becomes very favorite disposed. So because Rama is a great devotee, and not only that, those devotees, the devotees of the Lord were taking shelter of the Lord. Actually, Lord actually gives shelter, automatically gives shelter. Lord is also very favorably disposed towards the people who are taking shelter of the Lord. So yeah, Krishna is equally equal to all. But Rama is saying, but Krishna is favorably disposed to Karanish. So he's willing to give his shelter. He personally takes care of. So this is what the argument for the why. So it's very beautifully that conversation, that format. So this is one of the characteristics of Krishna. That Krishna always takes care of the devotee. Krishna personally takes care of the devotee. So it's the nature of the Lord that the Lord just cannot do anything but take pleasure in serving the devotee. This is actually the only it's the only activity that Lord does. It's nothing but to serve the devotee. Nothing else. Like Krishna personally becomes the chariot driver of Arjuna. He is personally guiding and serving. In fact, all the Pandavas also like that. In fact, Arjuna was remembering so much how Krishna, when Arjuna was coming back from Dwarka, back to Hastinapur, Shri Maharaj inquired. So Arjuna was very modest. That time, Arjuna actually just fondly remembered how Krishna, protected and in all different situations of life, Krishna was always there. Because Krishna was there when they were being always protected their wife properly when she was getting so huge properly. They were there to serve and assist. Now, how also Krishna was there personally in the life of it, personally taking the chariot and there are so many big people like Dronacharya, Bhishma, they compared to Kimura. So they are big personalities, not ordinary. But because Krishna was there personally to protect the Pandavas, so Krishna was completely, they were completely protected. And also Krishna was personally serving the same personality, by serving by watching the feet of all the guests in the Rastri Yajna. So this is how we see that Krishna goes beyond limits to serve. And even when Kauravas and all, they were not Duryodhana and they were not ready to have any compromise in giving anything to the party. So that time he was ready to become Shantanu Krishna to go to Duryodhana party to again have some settlement. Even though Krishna knew that Duryodhana and Kauravas are not leaders, but just to please Yudhishthira Maharaj, so you can see that how Krishna, he is completely controlled by him. Just simply wanting to serve him. He extends himself, he gives himself fully to serve his devotees. So this is how Krishna's favorite is for Padamustamukaji Mahabhaga Sadhunam Chaparayam Dasyati Dharma Puri Jidate Kutumbine. Oh, fortunate one, please approach him, the real center of all things. He will certainly give abundant wealth to such a suffering householder as you. So he is the real center of all things. So he will anyway give you whatever he provides the most. Krishna is always such a good. He always fulfills the needs of. Next verse. आस्यदुनाद्वारवत्यां भोजवृष्णि अङ्गकेश्वरः स्मरता पादकमलम् आत्मानमपि यच्छति किमर्थकामान् भजतो Nati Adhisthana Jagat Guru. Lord Krishna is now the ruler of the Bhuta, means an Andhika, and is staying at Dwarka. Since he gives even his own self to anyone who simply remembers his lotus, what doubt is there that he, the spiritual master of the universe, will bestow upon his sincere worshippers authority and better environment, which are not even very expensive. This is another very important verse. So, one of the lines was meditating is Smrata Padakamalam Atmanam Api Yachati. That means the Lord gives himself only to devotee who remembers his lotus feet. The Lord gives himself only. अपने आप को देता है. He gives himself. If anybody remembers the Lord just tells him to that person. He gives himself only. That is. So it means that if he giving himself only to that devotee, then what is speak of king or Sataman, king, whatever is needed, all the material things and all, which is required for maintenance or something. All this economic. So these things can, anyways get for them. If somebody is given himself only, then what is speak of others assets? Because something when they would surrender to the ideal thing, will keep it as everything. So when he surrenders, then everything is completely. So if somebody is giving himself fully, that means all his assets, property, everything, whatever he has, becomes it becomes his property. So like that. So here when Krishna has given himself to the devotee, that means everything is whatever Krishna has, it becomes devotee. Whatever Krishna has belongs. So that's why he's saying. Anybody who remembers Krishna. So Krishna gives himself to the it's very important. So here we know Prahlad Maharaj, how the first Smarna, Prahlad Maharaj is Acharya. So, and we can see also, Prahlad Maharaj is simply remembering it. Very sincerely. So because of that remembrance, the Lord is giving himself fully protected, fully proof. No, he does not have to have any arrangement for his protection, any security. Even a big person in this world, prime minister, politician, they have some threat, they have big security, then they have to pay heavy money. So much of money is spent so that they don't get any kind of trouble. You can't tell them to be injured like that. And because they're doing some great service for the country, so they may want some security like that. Prahlad Maharaj is a small thing, and everybody agrees him. One second, everybody agrees. One thing that, the entire kingdom, entire management, entire kingdom, father, nobody was there. Nobody was favoring him, everybody agrees. And his father himself is bent upon him. But Prahlad Maharaj did not make any arrangement. Remember Krishna. And Krishna, when Krishna has to protect them, who can? So why did Krishna not take that? All the power is there for protecting the devotee. If somebody is remembering Krishna. So the Krishna says also, concept of the but no power in this world can harm a devotee. If Krishna is protecting. So that's what it says. Varta Padamalam Atmanam. So what is the other things? Anyway, Krishna is and anyway maintaining all the living. He is giving the other living also, all the living is maintained. What is devotee? But devotee Krishna is himself one. Then why you have to remain? You go there, anyway you need solution. They say the Brahmana's wife implies that since Lord Krishna is the ruler of Bhoja, Krishna is another. If these opulent rulers merely acknowledge Rama as a personal friend of Krishna, they could give him everything he required. In this connection, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti comments that since Lord Krishna had at this point put aside his weapons, he no longer traveled outside his own capital of Dwarka. Thus, Srila Prabhupada writes in Krishna, in the Sanskrit Godhead. The Brahman wife said, I have heard that he never reaches happiness to Dwarka. He is living there without forsaking. So, because it says here, no, Nati Adichan Jagat Guru. Okay, no, not this. This one. Aste Guna Dwarvakyam Oja Vishkamite. So, he's saying that Krishna is not the ruler of the Puja, Krishna Amita, he's saying that one. So, she's assuring that Krishna is there. So, Ram Rama may have doubt. That what if I go there and Krishna is not present? He's only like, no, no, Krishna is there only. Because the Krishna will be there over. No, Krishna is like him, Dwarka. So, don't worry. If you go there, then Krishna will be there for sure. So, never leaves his capital city Dwarka. He is living there without forsaking. The mentioned here material wealth and Sankirtan are not very desirable. The reason for this is that in the long run, they give no real satisfaction. So they may give some kind of situation for some time, but real satisfaction does not come for any amount of any kind of something. Or material wealth also people want because of something. So that's not desirable by any intelligent person because long run does not give any real satisfaction. So what is real satisfaction? Long run, any answer? Long run than one itself. Because the thing the material wealth and Sankirtan are not good. What long run one itself. Very well. So you think the balance is coming. Let us take the full correct. Yes, so it is someone fight for even if Rama went to Dwarka and he remained silent before the Lord. He would certainly give him abundant as well as better as lotus. Because Rama his real objective change better at his lotus. स एवं भाजया विप्रो बहुशा प्राप्तो मुहुः अयं हि परमोदाः उत्तमश्लोकदर्शनम् इति संचिन्त्य मनसा गमनाय मतिन्दध्ये अप्यस्त्युपायनं किञ्चित् गृहे कल्याणीयताम्. Station Swami continues. When his wife repeatedly implored him in various ways, the Brahmana thought to himself, to see Lord Krishna is indeed the greatest achievement in life. Thus he decided to go. But first he told my good wife, if there is anything in the house I can bring as a gift, then give it to me. Rama was actually humble. And thus, although at first he was dissatisfied with his wife's proposals, finally he settled his mind and decided to go. Now the last decree was that he had to take a gift for his wife. So here, Sudama is now very much excited to go. Why? Finally he's convinced and excited to go. Why? And स एवं भारया विप्रो बहुशः प्राप्तो मुहुः means again he was like that trying to convince. So बहुत बार बहुशः many times प्राप्तो. So she was feeling interesting again and again. Then ultimately, finally, our Rama is ready to go. But what is his objective? It says, I am the Paramola, Uttama Shloka. I will get the greatest benefit. What is that? Uttama Shloka Darshan. Uttama Shloka Darshan means Satyata Darshan of the Supreme Lord. So this is the greatest achievement in my life. What he is having about it. So, and then he says that, okay, give me some gift. I want to, when I go, then I want to give some gift. So, this is the main motto of a devotee, that devotee actually wants the audience to become. So, the devotee in whatever, even in material situation, apparent material situation of his life, I mean, different situations of his life, externally maybe whatever. But in all situations of life, the devotee always look for audience situation. Means, how he is able to have better devotion. how he can increase his devotion, how can he serve Krishna. So there is some kind this motive for a devotee in any situation. Like I don't know which year it was, but in Pune they were telling all the study of both. But that's how why should we go? They're not belonging to any kind of political. They're very confused. They're not okay. They have to go for voting also. Then I asked, I was asking from the Shambu, how can you go for what is that mean? So, uh, so then Kodis said, how you can go? And it's good for nice opportunity. Then I just thought, okay, fine, that's good. Then I just went. Whoever was there in the line, they just in the book. And when my turn came, then I went and that person took book. Without any like my vote, that person took book. So I was very happy. It was successful voting. We voted for we voted for the that's all one of the point. So when I came back and I told the Shambu, very he was putting me like that also. And I was very happy. Of course, and I was happy he voted. Basically, that's such a situation. So many, there can be many user situations which may be some external situations, you may not know. But when we actually, a devotee, like here in this case, I was guided by senior devotee, and I got a Krishna Bhakti devotee. But naturally, a devotee will like look for Krishna, service to Krishna, how can the devotee be like that. So, like a devotee will tell me, but when he may be wanting to give books to other people, like that. So he always look for some opportunity to serve, to distribute some books. So this is how a devotee always thinks. What like in this world people think what is there in it for me? So a devotee thinks what is there in this situation or in this whatever for Krishna or how can I increase my devotion to Krishna? How can I serve Krishna? This is how a devotee thinks. So that's what he says. It's like here, I am Parmona. What benefits? So what benefits I have if I take to Krishna? That is not, there is nothing wrong with that. But of course, our benefits are not something material. So it is something that Manasa, Gamanaya, Patim. So thinking like that I will get the darshan of the Lord. He was worried. So actually, he was in constant ecstasy. He was in constant madness. He was not thinking about anything ordinary, like I'll get some money. He was something in ecstasy. So I was thinking when I go there, I'll get a darshan. Was completely ecstasy. Any more example like that? Somebody was going traveling and is thinking of Krishna and you're in ecstasy. Yeah. They also thinking that learning Krishna. Also when you're studying the ecstasy, when you also.
He left Lanka.
You know that correct. You don't know the cause. You also in ecstasy. Looking for Krishna. He was blind, but Krishna came in. And Krishna took him to different places. They were from them. And then Bhagavan was saying, it's more ecstasy. Who is this one? Krishna, we did not like revealing very directly, but you will understand. Krishna was there. He was saying, yes. I think whenever you are describing all this places, it's speaking to me, and my heart is getting so much bliss. When you are touched, so who are you? Then Krishna finally disappears. And disappears from there. And then Krishna gives him real eyes. He gets a lesson of it. And we know that how Vidavanga Thakur actually. So Krishna gave himself Vidavanga. Previous also. Vidavanga Thakur also sacrificed everything for Krishna. You know that how when Vidavanga Thakur and the Pastor told that they have this kind of intense greed to attain Krishna, like he was for that prostitute event. If that much you have for Krishna, you will get it. And then he goes, then he, understands that my Guru is only speaking to this thought. And then he was going towards the now. But again, he was getting distracted. So there was a Brahmana's wife, Brahmani, and then he was going after that. And then when he goes in that home, then he says that, then that Brahmani says, Brahman, that, I mean, you don't want, I guess, so then when he goes to that lady and Brahmani, that he asked what he wanted, that give me your patience. Yes, that it's like that. So he was ready to, so he didn't have to, not to immediate it, but how we can see Leonard was so determined. He was ready to do anything for the case. And then Krishna also gave him the opportunity to, so, yeah, so Abdullah also, yes, Abdullah also was remembering. So this is how a devotee is a conceptual mind. So sometimes the devotee may be miss, so much of management, so many dynamics going on. That will happen. So many, we are not using many material things. Okay. Another thing we can tell what are things are there. And to go for information and many things. I'm not, but I know that there are a lot of but, there must be just also in devotees sometimes don't sleep also. So many things are there. And one may be involving a lot of material apparently. Like that. But what is the expectation for them? Oh, finally the Lord will come from the sky. And after all, and he's doing that only. Doing all that so much of physical services, management, and this and that. Finally, the Lord will be sitting at the part. And so many people will get it blessed. And also, blessed and blessed. And somebody once also gets blessed, the Lord, then have to again come. So, this. Again, he doesn't have to come. So that's why devotee is very ecstatic. So always he keeps his, the devotee is ecstatic because he always meditating upon his the Lord. That gives him ecstasy. Finally, he's going to have the audience. In fact, all the struggles as a sadhaka we may have, with all these, can be as a sadhaka we really accept all this fine, but taking all this troubles and difficulties and struggles. Because ultimately, what are we going to get? We're going to get the audience. Like Prabhupada said, our whole process of Krishna consciousness is actually meant to bring you, this Krishna consciousness. All of us will be sitting with Krishna consciousness. We have one-on-one audience. We'll be together. Be together. We talk. Krishna and also. Like, let's go tomorrow. We get a personal audience. So that's what is so. You see Krishna embracing Gokumara, it's just someone over there. So all of us can think, I love to be there. Surely, everyone of us will be there. Not yet. But in NBCC, we have. We take Parikrama then towards the end. Gokumara is being embraced by the Lord. So there is the devotee remembering that can tolerate or accept all the difficulties because words, no. The devotee may be harassed by lust, by anger, by grief, by pride. We have to really do sadhana, service, but it's dealing with the material. I think he's in the material, and dealing with the material mind. But because he's understanding, the achievement of the audience, the Lord, maybe the Lord will accept, Lord will, or he will accept me. I'll become his beloved in his company, having wonderful pastimes with him, serving him very intimately. So this is how a devotee can take, in material world also in that. The only thing that a devotee can be expressed. So in our difficulties also can be expressed. Because they're in that journey. In journey. Towards the Lord. So saying this and think with this kind of thinking, he was going towards the Lord. He made his so Rama was actually humble. And thus, although at first he was dissatisfied with his wife's proposal, finally settled his mind. Now the last detail was that he had to take a gift for him. The other interesting thing is that when Rama is going, so he is going with the desire to give something to the Lord. Of course, he can destiny of the Lord, but he is thinking of giving something. So, like Prabhupada also taught him that can be told that please, you are having the Kata. You cannot for this God, and then Prabhupada was saying that now you bring fruits. Whenever you come to time, you should bring fruits. So then they will get a lot of fruits. And then we build a lot of fruits there. And then Prabhupada told them now we should offer Arti. Then Prabhupada said now you should take Arti and then touch your eyes and dancing the lights. So Prabhupada thought of this. So you should offer fruits and Arti. So this is the mood. The devotee, the purpose is in Christianity, they say that, oh God, give me my daily bread. So they're like, they want, they see God as all of them. But actually in Krishna consciousness, the purpose is always God. The whole mood is of giving. Purpose ours is bread giving. We want to give the Lord. So we are not wanting, we are wanting to serve the Lord, give Lord. Like the Pujari say, of the Koga. You will also think value of service. The whole process of Krishna is about giving. It's a giving heart. It's a golden heart. The golden heart is, I want to see you happy and prosperous. That means I want to see Krishna happy. Let Krishna be happy. Now I want prosperous. That king is served. That king be happy. So like that. So that is golden. Giving heart. Giving heart is golden. But modern day culture, modern day, very today's time, you see that everybody, I mean, the Vedic time versus modern time. Modern time, like traffic, everybody wants one thing to traffic. Even somebody making donation also they want that there's this so Sadhana was saying everything like that. In one temple, somewhere, one person gave donation of time. So then, and in that time, his name was. So when he came, then he was happy with me. But then he was like, the one that said that, I'm not able to see the name because I'm gone. They were not for the last. So the name, but no, we can see. So they will give also, but we want. So in Krishna consciousness, how can we come to this need to just offer ourselves? It's not so easy actually. That's a whole process of education. Actually, devotee, if you found gradually, a devotee means wanting that is giving. जैसे ड्यूटी में apparently sometimes we get so many troubles or problems or something may not go well. But people think that devotee is expert. Sometimes it not. But devotee does not have income. Because Krishna, devotee does not come only to Krishna for getting any comfort, any money, health and something. He does not come for that. He has come for only giving. And that ability is there. You can give Krishna your love, your service. He always, like Rama is very poor, but he can give Krishna. He has that ability to serve even now. So they ask him, no, okay, what can you give to this? So now Sudam Ramana will get something for them. Fifth right, he will get it. So in all situations of life, you have so that's why devotee is happy. Now, but he able to give, and for that purpose he has come. But but when we have other motives, when we have agendas, our own other motivation, then the whole of but then we want something. That's why Indra Nala Maharaj was emphasizing on these three things. Somewhere in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, that yes, many times the lectures used to have pointed, be sincere, serious, and without any other motive. This is how a devotee should be sincere, serious, without other motive, no agenda. No agenda means one agenda. How I should serve, how can I give myself, service, service. But for that, there is no, when that which is there, everywhere. And you go to kitchen, sometimes when we kitchen done, we come with which way what you want. Kitchen pot you want, you want. Okay, come in. But if you go and say, oh, I think that's random my immediately you will chase away, you know. So there is a lot of restrictions. So somebody is searching, has the mood to search, then he will given all access. I mean, when you become fully purified, you only want to then get access to the spiritual world. Krishna makes in proper sentiment like that, Krishna makes his devotees with the part. The business part means like equal to him. Krishna like that, he treats. Because a devotee has no explanatory mode. He only wants to serve Krishna. So that's why he is just, if he here is thinking of him, what I give Krishna. So when he says, Yatikva Chaturomushe Mitran Kandulan Kalamdena Tam Patva Bhakte Padam Ayam. Some five fetched 4 handfuls of laterite from neighboring Brahmans, tied up the rice in a torn piece of wood, and gave it to a husband at the present point. Sapanadaya Yutagya Ayo Vartam Kira Krishna Sundari Manyam Katam Chari. Taking the flattery, the scanty Brahmana set off for life, all the while wondering, how did I be able to have Krishna's audience? Among other things, Rama assumed that the gatekeeper will stop. So he was thinking that how will I be able to have Krishna's audience? Because he was thinking that it is Dwarka is the opulent city, and Krishna is surrounded by so many sacred devotees there, and always thinking, I'm not looking I'm a lady. How can I make it? So, that thought was coming. So, two things are there. Devotee is confident that I will surely be one. At the same time, devotee is humble also. I'm not qualified at all. Very humble. He doesn't feel qualified. His vision was saying, however, to say, suppose you say, oh, let Prime Minister take me at least from 100 of what that you will need. Why 1 million? Can we say like this? Yes, 1 year should come and give me the money. We will say very humble, right? Very small. Why should we come here for a million? We know it. It's not possible. Why will you come for a million? So Vijan was saying that the same way, a devotee is humble. Even when he's chanting Holy Name also. Is that, I will be calling, but who am I? There is no Lord will come. Even when one wife is not very, I'm very busy. And what I have done for what I am doing service, really, very great work. So by my chanting the Lord, so that's why the devotee is very humble, unqualified. That brings very great humility. And then that humility devotee brings, oh Lord, I'm sorry. But here is mercy. You and here you have such a thing. So that you are making us a flexible. Even though I'm so unqualified, I don't do the right part. I'm not doing anything for you. I'm not doing anything for you. I don't even have so much for you. But still, you're making us available. So that is a humble prayer for you. For the Lord. I'm just giving my some time. So this is a great humility is going. So that actually makes the heart. God will make it. So it's not like I'm handling it. Cancer. The best. I know all the right. I can offer ice cream. So no kind of artificially we cannot capture it. That's really a genuine humility. Then only getting that. There is something how he has a Google. It is also saying, how will I be able to have this? Another thing someone is okay. The next person is the level governors joined by some local governors are three guard stations and went to three districts. And gone by the homes of God and faithful devotees under God's protection. I will no one. He then entered one of the opulent palaces belonging to God, very 16 When he did so, he felt that he was attaining the place of meditation. So he has come to Dwarka and he has entered one of the opulent palaces. Because that is the situation of intelligence that was the attaining the place of meditation. Actually, that is the destination of all of us. So that is our real goal. So actually, Rama is coming to Krishna's goal. So Krishna's goal is our real goal. Ultimately, why is it such bliss, this kind of bliss? Because when we come to our work in this world, we will be there for 36 years. One feels very happy. We must be able to travel for business to somebody that comes back to home, he feels very happy. As kids also, we always tell our that's okay. So that's so good. This one. Go back to home because this is not the come back to home and then very happy. So then we are also wondering, so we are also wondering this world, and we are suffering. And this time of the so we come to Krishna's boat. Rama has come to God. That is very natural. It is very interesting. Very happy. In the Krishna. Actually, recently, so how actually is the whole process of bringing all the relatives back home? The Prabhupada saying, go back home, back to work. That's our, and that's the eternal bliss for you. So when you're back home, then you're eternally bliss. So I have a question like Prabhupada said, no, that, I have made this, I have made a home in which the whole world can live. So what do you understand by? Any thoughts on that? So then I have built a home in which the whole world can.
Krishna consciousness movement can give shelter to all living entities.
So I was thinking that our real home is spiritual world. The Prabhupada has actually made spiritual world. He has given spiritual world because there is a community can live very easily. And there is a home in which whole world can live. So how it is possible? So he was in the spiritual world. And Prabhupada that's why he said, all my temples are spiritual only. They are the temples. So the thing is so nice. So Prabhupada actually is giving spiritual world. He has made home is calling nothing but spiritual world. But we have to experience that spiritual world. And that is possible if you actually genuinely properly take it, follow the path, follow the teachings of the Prabhu, then you will experience spiritual world within Islam. Within Islam also, we will experience it if we follow the teachings of the practice. And whatever we cannot, we will not, or we will but as we become purified, as we become perfect, and we will actually experience being at home. And actually, this is what we are looking for. If anybody in this moment also comes, so he is also coming back home. So it's our responsibility also to also give that experience something like now that we have come, we have come Krishna's son. So this is the responsibility of the devotee to have to give the feeling of that warmth. That being at home, whoever comes to temple, where so when a person feels like this, then you never go back. And you get that. So that's why in home, like when so much of affection is there, so much of love is there, so much of warmth is there, so that person feels so and you want to just stay. Like from home, you don't want to go here. So vacation, you don't want to go to school. Same way, devotee, I mean, somebody who comes and so this is the responsibility of those who are in this one. So like all of us, when we are staying in the devotee community, our community, actually, if you have this kind of loving relationship, kind of loving bond with devotee, and this kind of attitude of caring for each and every person who comes. So if you can like individually feel like that, and we contribute in having that kind of community, whatever we would, we think in that and do that, so it's very great. Because anybody who comes in this community and you see that home, is the mind, is the home.
Some very amazing striking points from today's class. The purports and verses we read. One was Sudama thinking, I am he Paramola. Oh, what? First, I am he Paramola. The greatest achievement is seeing the Lord. He was thinking. So yeah, that attitude has to be there while we practice Krishna consciousness. Okay. Krishna is the highest achievement. Nothing of this world. Even while practicing bhakti, we may get carried away by the fringe benefits that come, the respect we may get. But we have to maintain that mood that Krishna is the I'm not doing all this to please Krishna, love Krishna, serve him, attain him.
And this is often shared by devotees. And when first take education, that can just comfort. See every devotee, temple is a very sacred on the temple. So they just want to chant, they just want to serve. Any service they will do for. So it's just somebody who is not experienced. So you say that one should reach on this. Service is one. You should not think I have seen a devotee in the reason. That kind of person especially my needs. Then you will see devotees with great heart. Very great. We have seen devotees like that. That is kind of advance. I mean, they have some things. But yeah, but it's very good. That's why we made a lot of progress. We made a lot of progress. So when we come in the beginning, we make a lot of progress because we have that respect, that kind of non-offensive. But when we come in between and then start thinking forward, that way then progress. So it's very important that we that. The beginning we came from Krishna. So later also we should be going on also with Krishna, as you said. So Maya will offer many other things and then make it success. That's a test. Responsibility. Even as we always, I think you only wrote the WhatsApp message. Nothing else. I have not settled anything. You wrote it like that. So this is a data miserable. But how it happens, we don't even know. We tend to settle it from here. That's why, giving from doing is very important. Giving from the part, giving process. So this is our motivation. And here for Krishna. Nothing else. Only thing you have to do is, but ultimately, this is a very tender innocent goal. If you're, you want to, for that purpose, that innocence, when we are innocent, we lose our innocence when ultimate motives come, when we lose our If a child innocently may call him. You know the story, no? The child was hungry and he called him. No, he fell from the bed. Then he called, Mama! And then mother immediately came and gave him. They were very pacified and happy. She gave a lot of warmth and affection. The child got into, then he was thinking, oh, very nice. I fell and I went to space here. And the next time the child thought, okay, I want to know. So he did nothing for him. But he said, Mama, you can't come. Because that calling was not with genuine need of, he was calling for that. Same way in the beginning, we may sometimes actually call people. Desire to serve and make advance. But then you may want something else. Then we may. That's why we have the case. Thank you. Anything else?
So there was another amazing point. Still searching for it. We read through it. He gives himself to one who simply remembers. And what to speak of these undesirable benefits.
इस मंत्र पालन करना आत्मना आत्मा ही आत्माना ही मतलब हम आत्मा आत्मा आत्मानमप्य आत्मानमप्य मंत्र पालन करना आत्मानो ये सब श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की
While going through this particular point, yeah, the same Smarata Pada Kamlam, Abhimanamapi Yachati. So I was thinking, time and again, devotees can remind each other some sweet aspect of Krishna or some pastime of Krishna which fills the heart with loving remembrance. That will create such a wonderful atmosphere.
That is the whole purpose. That's the goal. Always remember. That's what is the essence.